a track that's shaped like a sock, or should I say a broken foot. We're live at Sakito. It's a CSKL Japanese Grand Prix. Let's go trackside. Race fans, if you're able to, please now rise. Well, remove hats for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. And now let's go track. And now let's see where your favorite drivers are starting. And your eyes don't deceive you. Nick Green is actually starting 5th. Your eyes don't deceive you. Nick Green is actually starting 5th. Hang on. We're good. Row 1, Nolan Vernango, Bella Gillum. Row 2, Grant Irwin, Raymond Carville. Row 3, Nick Green, Haley Duncan. Row 4, Amaya Smith, Jack Moon. Row 5, Briley Todd, Landon Drennan. Row 6, Trevor Bear, Kyler Henry. Row 7, Caden Smith, Dylan Holland. Row 8, Erlen Todd, Riley Scott. Row 9, Haley Jones, Lyric Tanner. Row 10, Drew Picard, Connor Jones. Row 11, Carson Cole, Carson Healy. Row 12, Alex Owens, Caitlin Healy. And then we get to Matthew Johnson, Cameron Evans, Jenna Lucas, Sydney Sorry, Grady Broughton, and now 30th, Xander Faust, and starting last, it's Garrett Irwin. The Irwins, both of them are, but this time, it's the twin. But this time it's the other twin, Grant Irwin, starting up front. And now, we are racing here in Japan for the standing start. Once again, we're live in Japan. And down turn 1, Gillum can't take the lead. Green and Carville side by side. I think that's for 4th. It was for 4th, and Green falling back to 5th. And it is Nolan Fernango, 2nd week in a row, starting up front. Nango looking to win in this 20-lap event. Here comes the 74. What will Gillum do? Here in Japan, great run by the 74. She goes down to the inside, trying to get a good enough run to take the lead. And Nolan Vernango got 2nd last week. Is he going to lose the race today? A whole lot of people hope that he doesn't. Nango across the line leads lap number 1 here in Japan. Through the long front straightaway, down turn 1. Here comes Gillum with the great run. Now she goes to the outside. trying to get a great run on the 51 and does. The 74 is right there. How about Nick Green there in 5th? Is he going to get his first top 5 of the year? Nick Green sucks. I'm telling you that right now. He has not done too good at all this year. And Caden Smith may be getting another top 10. He's in 10th right now. Okay, Caden Smith somehow wins this race. I'm telling you what, everybody's going to have a heart attack like if he somehow wins. And here comes the 51 up the hill and back down the hill here. We're here in Japan. Here at Sakito. That's how I'm saying it. I don't think that's how they say it. And Nango in the Copter 2, number 51, will lead lap number 2 here in Japan. Here for the CSKL Japanese Grand Prix. And here comes the 74 inside now. She uses the inside to get a great run as she tried to pass, but she couldn't take the lead. Xander Faust back there in last right now. It's still early, and how about Grant Irwin in 3rd? The rookie, Grant Irwin, having a great day. Are we going to see another first-time winner? Grant Irwin trying to become the 2nd rookie this year to win. The first rookie, Caden Smith. I'm not telling you how many wins he has because, oh wait, I am. He has 3 wins this year. Caden Smith's probably going to win the championship this year. I don't know because Nolan Vernango last week and this week has been fast. Nolan Vernango leading on lap 3, pulling away 6/10 of a second lead. Now closing, now it's just closing. It's barely closing. The gap back to 2nd was barely closing. And Nolan Vernango, it looked like that car, it just took a bit, and he is now pulling away from the 51 like a Bella Gillum. But take a look at Gillum. She's right there trying to close back in on your leader. And here comes the 74 with another great run. She's there, 3/10 back. Now growing. The gap back to 2nd is growing, but Gillum is there, 4/10 back now. Back up to 5/10. And is it going to close? Now it has closed back down to 4/10. Now it's growing. Now it may be closing. It is closing. Bella Gillum closing the gap on the lead. Bella Gillum, great lap that time by. And she continues to run the inside, trying to get a great run to the back of the 51. Contact made. I think Gillum just gave Nango a love tap and say, "Hey Nango, I am here and I'm not leaving." That's what Gillum just said. Bella Gillum wants to win her first race of the year. Can she get it done? How about Grant Irwin there in 3rd? How about Nick Green in 5th? How about Raymond Carbondale in 4th? He hasn't won like in a while either. The Copter 2, number 51 for RMG Racing is fast. 6/10 of a second lead now. Through the chicane, round the final corner. It's the 6/10 of a second lead on the front stretch. Nolan Vernango leads here in Japan. Lap 6, low 20 is on the board. But wait until their tires wear, because their tires will start to wear quickly too. Once their tires are equal, or something, that's when I think Gillum, or the other cars behind her, will start to pounce on the leader. 0.5 of a second lead now for Vernango, for the Flamingo. Nolan Vernango trying to lead every lap here in Japan and win. Next week we get to Hockenheim for the Hockenheim doubleheader. Here comes the 74, great run by Gillum, but she's not quite there. Gillum trying to take the lead. We saw more action in practice and qualifying than we are seeing here in the race. But we're just 7 laps in. Anything can happen. We can still see some wrecks. .4 of a second lead. And it is still close. The gap back to second is close. 0.4. Now 0.5 back. 0.6 back now. Trying to close the gap is a 74. You can see how hard she is trying to close. Back up to 6 and 7, now 0.5 of a second lead. Gillum trying to manage the gap, trying to close the gap on the 51. She does 0.2 back now, 0.3 and growing. Bella Gillum up front in the lead, searching for another win. Here comes Gillum. Gillum in the 74. Trying to close back in. It's a 0.4 of a second lead. Back up to a 0.5. And it looks like that the gap back to second has stabilized for the past few laps. That 51 sure is quick. But look at how close the 74 is now. Down the front stretch. Still a 0.4 of a second lead. She's drafting off the back of the 51. Great run by Gillum. To the outside. She uses the outside. Here comes Irwin. Grant can't take second. And huge news. Allie Boggs will be racing in the super late model race. And I think she'll be racing in Stafford. At Stafford or something. But no, not Allie. Huge news coming out of the CSKL camp. Pat Green has announced that she will race some late model races and some super late model races as well. By late model, she means dirt racing. But we know that if that two of her races are next week, and she won't be able to make it. So the 4 is racing. We know for sure that it will be Allie Boggs driving the number 4. Here comes Gillum. Great run to the 51. Lap 10 of 20 is on the board. And now I am starting to question. Now everybody's questioning, are they going to make a move, or are their tires going to wear so quickly that they have to pit like for new tires? That's my question. How are their tires doing right now? How about the 74? She has been closed for the past 2 laps. We know that Pat Green will be driving the super late model when she will be driving it, I think, at the Nashville Fairgrounds as well. Out of the final corner, it's still Nolan Vernango who leads, 4/10 of the second lead, but closing. It's closing fast. Down the front straightaway, through turn 1 now. Here comes Gillum. Great run. Once again using the outside. And that is her weakness as the 51 pulls away. I do want to know how good their tires are right now. I don't know. Here comes the 51. Nango through the chicane, still a 4/10 of a second lead. It is still a 4/10 of a second lead, and it's still going to close. And it's closing quickly right now. Gillum closing in a lot quicker than she has. She was a lot closer than she has been. But look how fast the 51 gets off that corner using the inside of lap 12, leg of 20. I think their tires should be really hot right now. How hot the track is, 101 degrees. That should be. They have no grip in their tires, so that should have their tires wear quicker and quicker, I think. But I don't know when. But I don't know like if they will pit or not. They probably won't pit, as we see the 51 continuing to lead. Nango, 5/10 of a second lead, and it's closing just a bit, and it's closing a lot down front stretch. Through down turn 1 now. Gillum trying to get there. She can't quite get there though. Nick Green, this is going to be a day to remember. Top 5. We're here in Saquito. We're here in Saquito. So we just have 8 laps to go. Ten laps last week, and it was a great race to the finish last week. And now this week, it's been a boring race. I mean, they are going through these corners really fast. I mean, let's see how fast let's see how fast the 51 runs. second gear up to third gear up to fourth gear on the front straightaway, up to about 175 miles per hour down the front straightaway. That's fast. Now it's 7 laps to go here in Japan. Next week we get to the Hockenheim doubleheader, and we know that Ali Boggs will be driving the number 4. Nick Green has his own late model and super late model team. Late model number like is a 0 full, like it's going to be 03, but the super late model, it was number 3. So Pat Green will drive the number 3, but different paint scheme, of course. And here comes the 51. And still a 4/10 of a second lead with 6 laps of racing left. And closer this time is Bella Gillum down the front stretch. Great run by Gillum to the outside, trying to get there, but she can't as the 51 pulls away. If they pit in the coming laps, that will change everything. Nolan Vernago trying to join the winners of this year, trying to go 6 winners through 11 races. I mean, through 10 races. We've seen, I think we're about to see 6 different winners right here. Yeah, if they don't pit, I mean, if they do pit and the one ends up winning, then we're going to see half the races be multi-time winners. But dude, we know that, but if they don't, we will actually see another winner. 3/10 of a second lead, and it's closing with 5 laps to go. Gillum is there. She's been there for the past couple laps. But she has not quite taken the lead, but she has not quite gotten a great enough run to take the lead. That's how good the 51 is. Ray Green has given the 51 a lot of speed today, and Nolan Vernago has used that to his advantage. 5 laps to go. Next time by, it'll be 4 to go. Next week we will passing in growing. Nolan Vernago is pulling away from the field right now, trying to win. And he announced that this year will be his final year of racing in the CSKL, of just racing in the CSKL, because we know that next year he will be racing, as he will be doing some super late model races full time, when he will be trying to move through, when he's going to try to move through the rankings After the super late model, he's going to go to the, sorry for that, so go to dirt racing, and then hopefully the superstar racing experience. What number will he be? He will be this number, the 51. Out of the final corner, Nango leading, but look how close it is now. 0.2 of a second lead. Gillum is there. To the outside she goes. Great run by Gillum that lap. 3 to go. And Gillum showing us how fast she is. And my other question is, how many laps can they run on this road course without pitting? Next week is Hockenham. Next weekend's race will be 15 laps each. So yeah. And then I think it's back to the Texas Oval. That's gonna be a fun event too, at the Texas Motor Speedway Oval. And here comes the 74, getting a great run. 0.5 back. Still 0.5 back, now closing quickly. The gap, it has closed. 2 laps to go here in Hockenham. Look how quick the 74 is. She gets there to the outside once again, and the 51 pulls back away. Next time by, 1 lap to go. What a dominating performance by the driver that's going to be retiring at the end of the year. Nolan Vernango, the 51, and he said that he's not ruling out a return to the CSKL. And the reason why he's the reason why he's stepping away, he's not retiring, he's just stepping away. The reason why he is stepping away is because he says that he doesn't have that much talent. Because of how talented these drivers are, and this shows you how hard it is to win in this league. And Nick Green sure is showing us how hard it is by showing us how bad he sucks. And now here he is, top 5. Gillum really close this time. 0.3 back. It's going to be a 0.2 of the second lead. Final lap. Gillum, is she going to make a last lap pass? No, she's not. And it's going to be... he is the driver that is stepping away at the end of the year. Nolan Vernango. He said that he wanted to make the playoffs. He was so devastated after the race last week, but he knew how fast Caden Smith was. Nango said after qualifying, there's no Caden Smith to deal with, but there is a Bella Gillum to deal with. But she's not as fast as the one was last week. Nolan Vernango in the 51 is about to add his name to the list of winners here in season 26. Through the chicane for the final time. Nolan Vernango, out of the final corner, is going to win the return to Japan. He wins the Japanese Grand Prix. It's Vernango, or should I say the Flamingo. And that will do it. An exciting race. Not an exciting race, but Nolan Vernango finally getting some cheers from the crowd. And actually, I think it's for Nick Green, who surprisingly gets a top 5. Nick Green, 5th, and that will do it. Thanks for watching.